is back, secured entrepreneurs. In this video, Ms. Aurorah is going to answer this question that came in via email. And of course, I want to thank you for emailing. Please continue to do so at info@aurorahdayconsulting.com. Now, this young lady emailed asking about the financial plan. She said she heard me in the video say, to replace the word financial budget with a financial plan. But how is it that you really go about starting your financial plan when you're starting your business as an entrepreneur and things like that? Okay. Secured entrepreneurs, Ms. Aurorah is going to get into 4 key things in this video. I'm going to go over 4 things as it relates to an entrepreneurial financial plan. All right. Can we do it? So for those of you who do not know who I am Ms. Aurorah Dey, and this is the Secured Entrepreneur Movement. All right, now, secured entrepreneurs, all of us here in the Secured Entrepreneur Movement know that we follow the Robert Kiyosaki philosophy. So tax is a priority for us, right? So we know that the very first thing that you need to concern yourself with when it is that you are creating your financial plan is tax. Tax planning. That's number 1, tax planning. Now, Ms. Aurorah is going to put something on the screen so that you follow what I'm telling you here, because many of the secured entrepreneurs happen to be what they call a one person business or a solopreneur. But it doesn't mean you're going to walk around paying tax like you are a one person business or a solopreneur, or that you actually are in business alone, right? So this right here, when it is that you are a one person business, okay, yes, you have to plan for tax. Why? Because we all know that we got a lot of people on the forefront that the first thing they tell you is, well, you got to save for taxes. You got to make sure that you have your tax money. Right. Because they don't have their entity set up properly. They have not clearly created a plan for tax, and they have not clearly planned to defer tax. Okay. But here in the Secured Entrepreneur Movement, we are utilizing every tax deferral strategy known to man to legally avoid taxation. Okay. So as a one-person business, you cannot say that you are self-employed. You don't have an interest in paying self-employment tax. Why? Because you are a business and you manage this business. So because most of the entities that you're going to operate out of would be a limited liability company, which is a pass-through tax entity, you will just conveniently use a tax deferral strategy and defer that tax into another entity. And that entity is not you. Why? Because we don't do the 1040 lifestyle here in the Secured Entrepreneur Movement. This is a total level up, right? So of course, now, even if you are in a partnership or you own a percentage of somebody's company, the same rule will apply. Why? Because it's still you. It's still you. So do you have an entity that represents you? Isn't it interesting how, if in fact your company is sued, your entity is sued, you have to have an attorney. You cannot go in there and represent yourself. A company cannot have an individual who is not an attorney go in there and represent it. Think about that. Okay? Now, if you are in this partnership, you still have to have a legal entity that represents you, that can defer taxation. Okay? So start thinking about the tax plan. The tax plan. That's what you are going to involve yourself with when it is that you are creating your entrepreneurial financial plan. How am I planning to defer taxation? What are the methods? What are the strategies? What are the techniques? If you do not know, there's some links below to get on Ms. Aurorah's calendar. Stop playing. Okay. So I'm telling you, number 1 is that you must plan for tax. The other part of planning for tax would be tax deferred investments so that you do minimize tax liabilities and increase your savings, increase those investments by leveraging the power of compound interest, right? And then, of course, you know that we're going to have the correct legal entities that assist us in obtaining tax-free wealth, i.e., irrevocable trusts, okay? Like I'm saying, anonymous limited liability companies, okay? Tax planning. The second thing that Miss Aurorah will tell you about that entrepreneurs often neglect when they first start their businesses, you have got to add in your risk management methods, all right? If in fact you are throwing an event, what type of event insurance do you need? What type of liability insurance do you need? Do you need business interruption insurance? Okay, you must think about the protection of the assets of that business at all times. Okay, this is why we go right back to number one, the tax plan. Okay, because risk management has everything to do with what about the entities that are holding the physical assets that make this business go, flow, grow? Okay, what type of entities are these? Are these mitigating risk for me? And will I be at risk of losing these assets that I need if I have to start over? Okay. Risk management. Start thinking about the things that are actually needed in this financial plan that actually protects what causes the business to be profitable. The third thing that Ms. Aurorah will share with you is investing and wealth building. You're going to have foresight here as you are creating your financial plan. What are the investments that eventually I'm going to be willing to make outside of my business? Because at some point, I'm going to be ready to begin to create passive income streams, and I'm going to be ready to actually begin to build wealth. How am I doing this? What is my risk tolerance? Do I want to invest in stocks? Do I want to invest in bonds? Do I want to invest in a real estate? Okay. What is it that I'm going to do in this financial plan that's actually putting me in the winning seat? Because we all know that there are times when your business is going to need a cash injection. What is it that you are putting in place? Remember, foresight, okay? Because we all know as entrepreneurs, every day is not the best day. Okay? Every month is not the best month. Every year is not the best year. All right? Investing and wealth building. You have to have that in your financial plan. All right? Now, everyone here in the Secured Entrepreneur Movement knows that we will always have a portfolio that is owned and operated by a trust. All right. We all know that we're not going to have our operating company have any type of investment portfolio. So that's for those of you who are not in the know. Okay. So number 3, investing and wealth building. All right. The fourth thing is estate planning. Now, all of the secured entrepreneurs know how vital this is to having a financial plan, simply because we all know that we're building something that's going to be extremely profitable at some point, right? So what begins to happen? You're going to now take on some very valuable assets. You're going to take on possibly some very large income producing assets. And as a responsible entrepreneur, you want to have a plan in place for those assets. All right. Who is it that I want to have the home? Who is it that I want to take over the business? Who is it that I want to have the car? Who is it that, you know what I'm saying? Who is it that I'm trusting with my funeral directives? Do I want to be buried? Do I want to be cremated? You know, where is it that I want to have my ceremony? What they call a memorial, things like that. Like, you need to already know how it is you want your estate planned. We have all heard, or actually personally know, and we work with a lot of people like this here at Aurorah Dey Consulting, okay, whose families real estate is currently in probate, and maybe this is going on the second and the third year of probate because grandpa decided to be somebody. Okay. Grandpa was very lucrative and grandpa had a lot of stuff, but grandpa never trusted anybody. So grandpa didn't have a will. Grandpa didn't have a trust. Grandpa didn't give a crap. Grandpa said, I'm going to let these people fight it out when I'm going because I'm going to be dead. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? And so now, and we have seen this now, people get put out of homes. I want you to know this. People get put out of homes. The keys, locks are changed. They no longer have a key. And they're told, okay, this belongs to the estate of so-and-so, and you'll have to wait it out. Like, we see these things happen. We have seen people come and collect automobiles because it belongs to the estate of so-and-so. It does not belong to you. And this estate is being probated, okay? Now, we here in the Secured Entrepreneur Movement know that we don't play the probate game. We're going to have our trust in place, our irrevocable trust in place, because the irrevocable trust has the tax advantages, right? Okay. So you need to start thinking about how it is you're going to protect the assets of your business, how it is you're going to protect your personal assets. What is the plan? Who's going to be my medical power of attorney? Who's going to be my health power of attorney? Who's going to play the role of the trustee upon my transitioning? Because maybe I play the role of the trustee while I'm alive, okay? So please, start thinking about these things as you are putting together your financial plan, growing your business. How is it that you're going to actually put this plan in place? How does it begin? Where do I see it 3 months later when I visit it? Where do I see it 6 months later when I visit it? Start thinking about those things because it's going to change. It may change quarterly. It may change yearly. It just depends on how you grow financially, right? How is it that you grow financially? Is your business growing? Well, now there's another child. Now there's another grandchild. Okay. All right. Maybe I had a deceased parent, so that person has to be removed. Things like that. So you will need to update this financial plan as often as you see fit. Okay. So that's what Ms. Aurorah wants to share with all of these secured entrepreneurs in this video. If you have not, please go down the link below and get that tax-free wealth training. It's the sole proprietor, the CEO tax-free wealth training. I promise that it's going to change your life as an entrepreneur, okay? And you all know you can find me, Ms. Aurorah, at AurorahDayConsulting.com. And until next time, ta-ta.